Like the chance to go like yeah.
Good morning. Can I have your attention? Pardon the delay. We actually had one of our guests not arrive, so Mrs. Mann's making some last-minute adjustments. But we are going to go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome you to this year's Memorial Day Assembly. To get the assembly started, I'm going to ask some of the gentlemen from the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 806, from right here in Ellwood City, to present the colors. Go ahead, boys.
Color guard, forward, march. Color guard, halt. Present colors. Forward, march.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lincoln High School's Memorial Day Assembly. We are last year's American Legion Award recipients. I'm Lily Simpson.
And I'm Jacob Evans. Thank you for joining us as we take time to honor and remember the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice while serving in our nation's military. Before we enjoy freedoms that they help to protect, let's take a moment to reflect on the true meaning of this day.
Memorial Day is about more than just a day off from school or a weekend cookout. It's a time to honor the memory of those who gave their lives in service to our country, those who made it possible for us to live in peace and freedom. With gratitude and respect, we remember them today.
Please rise as we welcome Olivia Jewell, one of our 9th grade students who will deliver the today.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together today to honor the brave men and women who have passed away fighting for our country. We pray for the families that have lost a loved one in service, and we pray that you bless them. Help us every day to honor and to remember the fallen soldiers who sacrificed their lives fighting for our freedom. Thank you for the brave men and women who go out and do that every day. We pray that you continue to give them the bravery and courage. In your name, amen.
Please remain standing as the Lincoln High School Blue Band performs our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by the Lincoln High School alma mater. and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We would now like to recognize the veterans and active military members who are with us today. Your service and sacrifice means so much to our school and community.
While Memorial Day honors those who gave their lives in service to our country, we are grateful to be joined today by veterans and active military members so that they can carry forward their legacy. Will all veterans and active military members please stand so we may recognize you? Thank you for your service. Now, please enjoy a special performance by the Lincoln High School Blue Band as they perform Armed Forces on Parade. We also want to thank all the 8th grade students who participated in the Memorial Day Essay Contest. A special thanks to you, Mrs. Miller, our 8th grade English teacher, for guiding students through their writing and helping them share their voices.
We would also like to thank Victoria Malcolm from the Wilbur Randolph Post 157 of the Ellwood City American Legion for organizing the essay contest and joining us today to present the awards.
Thank you as well, Olivia Joel, for the beautiful invocation, and the Boy Scout Troops of America, Group 808, for presenting the flags. And a special thanks to the Lincoln High School Blue Band for providing the music today.
At this time, please welcome Victoria Malcolm, who will present this year's Memorial Day Essay Contest Awards. This year's topic was, how would a Revolutionary War soldier answer the question, do we still promote the ideals of the Declaration of Independence?
Good morning. I am Victoria Malcolm, and I'm a graduate of Lincoln High School. After graduating, I joined the United States Marine Corps. Afterwards, I joined the American Legion Post 157 in Ellwood City. Today, I would like to introduce our essay winners, Alyssa Turner and Caleb Stubbs, where they will be reading our winning essays.
The Soldier That Never Left, a perspective on America 250. It is April of 1775, the start of the Revolutionary War, and I, Captain John Parker, stand on the Lexington Green in the early morning. The damp air smells of nature, and the tension is palpable as we hear the British drums pounding, the horses trotting, and the marching of the British regulars approaching swiftly. As they emerge from the path close to the green, I see the face of Major John Pitcairn. I tell my men, stand your ground. Don't fire unless fired upon. But if they mean to have a war, let it begin here. Yes, I did say that. But little did we know what was yet to come. A war lasting a little over 8 years against people we once considered ourselves to be a part of. A war filled with tragedy, deep societal division, and a never-ending sounding cannon fire. I died before the ink on the Declaration was even dry, never knowing if our stand on the green truly mattered. So now, I write to you as a soldier that never left the soil I died to defend. Looking at the America of 2026, I can see very clearly that the ideals set forth in the Declaration of Independence stand just as true as they did 250 years ago. In 1775, I fought for equal representation among all people. Now in 2026, I see people using their representation through acts of voicing opinions, voting on presidents, and voting for members of Congress. I have seen this great nation in 2026, and it is way more immaculate than I could have ever imagined. I also see our ideals represented through the right to free speech. Back in 1775, while we were still under British rule, we would have been jailed or executed for voicing any opinion that was considered contradictory to any political leader. Finally, I want to say to all you great American patriots, stay vigilant. Our ideals are only safe when we have the people of this great nation protecting them. To finally and fully answer your question, do we still promote the ideals of the Declaration of Independence? Yes, we do. As long as we have the men and women that are willing to stand up and fight for the great causes, just as we did in 1775, the ideals of the Declaration of Independence will stand just as true as they did the day Thomas Jefferson wrote them.
It's July 4th, 1776, and a group of Revolutionary War soldiers are eagerly gathered outside the Pennsylvania State House. Inside the building, which will later be renamed Independence Hall, Congress is working to finalize and adopt one of the most infamous documents the world has ever seen, the Declaration of Independence. Little did these soldiers know that on this day they would be witnessing the first birthday of the United States of America. The Declaration of Independence would not only forever change the course of the 13 colonies, but would become the foundation for creating the greatest nation in the world. Life before this point, the colonies' subjection from Great Britain was unjust. The colonies experienced taxation without representation. The men of the 13 colonies were treated unequally and had no liberty in the country. Driven by their aspirations, the Revolutionary War soldiers fought to get away from their tyrant king and gain more freedom for how they wanted to make their way in the world. Now in America, we enjoy freedom of speech, religion, and the press. We as citizens get to receive fair treatment under our law no matter race, gender, or background. One can walk on a street and see protesters standing up for what they believe is right. Americans, regardless of race or gender, can vote freely in our country. These seem like basic rights to us now, but these opportunities were never presented to past Americans until action was taken. In light of all of this, our country still isn't perfect. We still have conflicts that go on in our country every day. Such things as disagreements in politics, escalating international crises, affordability and inflation, immigration, healthcare, and gun violence. All things considered, our nation has come a long way from where we started, and there is always room for improvement as our nation continues to grow. As we approach the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, I wish we could bring a soldier from our past to witness the abundance of freedoms our citizens enjoy today. I wish they could see how the seed of freedom and unique ideals that they helped us plant has continued to grow and flourish. The rights we have now are because of these ideals. The country we have now is because of these ideals. The freedom we have now is because of these ideals. I think a Revolutionary War soldier would say with a resounding yes, that would promote the ideals of the Declaration of Independence and even expand the ideas that they had wanted for our nation, even if there's still more to be done. Thank you.
Now we welcome 3 students from Lincoln High School's History Club who will be sharing the history and meaning of Memorial Day. First, please join us in welcoming freshman Mikey Pelletier.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mikey Pelletier, and I'm a 9th grade student here at Lincoln High School. Today, I want you to do something with me. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow and your Wi-Fi is gone. No YouTube, no TikTok, no Snapchat, no PlayStation or Xbox, nothing. Most of us would wonder what was going on, maybe go ask our parents, then sadly go on with the rest of our day. But now, imagine waking up and finding out something else was gone, something much bigger. Your freedom. The freedom to say what you think, make choices for yourself, and live the life you're used to every day. Most of us don't spend much time thinking about that. We're thinking about school, sports, friends, what we're doing this weekend, or a big project we have due. But when we wake up, we don't think about freedom. We just kind of expect it. Thinking of this as a reminder that the life we are used to living every day only exists because people sacrificed everything for it. Sometimes Memorial Day can feel like it's only about history, or like you're just reading, or like you're just hearing people's names like words in a textbook. But the people we honor on Memorial Day were much more than that. They weren't much different from us. They were teenagers once too. They sat in school, waiting to get out. They joked around with their friends, had favorite songs, and they had dreams too. They had plans for their lives. Then they made a sacrifice bigger than most of us can even think of. I don't think Memorial Day is meant to be a day where we are all supposed to be sad. I think it's meant to make us appreciate things we don't usually think about. Eating your favorite foods, going outside, hanging out with friends, or watching videos when we're supposed to be sleeping. Just everyday moments. Because we never think about freedom or sacrifices when we do these things. They're just ordinary to us. So now, I'll go back to what I said at the beginning. What if you woke up tomorrow and realized something was gone? The brave soldiers we honor on Memorial Day make that so we don't have to. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikey. Now please welcome Senior Bryce Steffler.
Good morning, and thank you to all who came. My name is Bryce Steffler. I'm a senior here at Lincoln. I'm also part of the History Club. We gathered this assembly for a reason that's easy to remember, but much harder to understand, that being Memorial Day. Not in passing, not in a casual way, but in a way that asks of us, in a way that has us slow down and reflect, and ultimately remember the cost of freedom that we live with every day. Memorial Day is seen as the unofficial start of summer. The pool opens, the parks get busier, as does the ice cream place. But if that's all it becomes, then we have made a grave mistake. I recall being younger and not entirely remembering what Memorial Day even was. I myself have 3 family members who served. My father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather. Memorial Day has become a holiday that is viewed as just a long weekend, and I would like to give some words about that. American poet Merrill Glass wrote a poem, But You Didn't, and I would love to read it for you. Remember when you left me your car and I dented it? I thought you'd kill me, but you didn't. Remember the time I forgot to tell you the dance was formal when you came in jeans? I thought you'd hate me, but you didn't. Remember the time I'd flirt with other boys just to make you jealous, and you were? I thought you'd drop me, but you didn't. There were plenty of things you did to put up with me, to keep me happy, to love me. And there are so many things I wanted to tell you when you returned from Vietnam, but you didn't. That final line, but you didn't, represents what Memorial Day is about. It represents the people who could not get married or love of their life. It represents the people who could not have conversations with others about the service. It represents the nearly 60,000 people who died in the Vietnam conflict, and 500,000 in the world wars, and so many more in other conflicts. The poem puts something personal into the loss. It reminds us that people we honor were not just soldiers. They were sons, daughters, people who had homes, loved ones, and families. They never saw them again. They never got to live out the life that they deserved. That is the weight of Memorial Day. It is easy to think of Memorial Day in broad terms, like wars, number, and history. But it is extensively harder to sit with what it actually means. It means empty chairs at dinners. It means missing someone's laugh, forgetting their voice. It means families receiving a soul-crushing notification of a tragedy. It means families who carry such strong pride and even stronger grief. Those feelings are felt nationwide, but here in Ellwood alone, throughout all major conflicts in the past century and a half or so, we have lost up to 160 people. Looking at some of the service members today, I can only assume that you know some people who you went in with and did not make it out with, and that is a sickening thought. Again, Memorial Day is not just a long weekend or the start of summer. It is about sacrifice. And It is about sacrifice, it is about memory, but most importantly, it is about responsibility. I am speaking to everyone in this building when I say it is our responsibility to keep the meaning of Memorial Day in mind. Remembrance is not passive, it is active. We are asking ourselves. We are asked to remember those who served and did not make it home. We are asked to appreciate freedom. We are asked to take a moment and reflect. Reflect on what was given so that we can live freely. Not everyone is asked to serve, but everyone is asked to remember. And remembrance should not end when this assembly is over. It should continue in the way we speak. It should continue in the way we show respect to those who serve. It should continue by helping us see the reality and realize that the lives lost are more than just a statistic. For many of us, especially students, Memorial Day feels distant from our daily lives. The majority of us are not friends with anyone who serves, but as they get to the age, I know a handful of students from my graduating class, many of which are my friends, are going into the service. And with that comes the reality that some of them might not come home at all, or come home altered. This is not meant to scare anyone, rather just remind us of the weight of service and sacrifice. The people we are here to honor today were once students. They had plans, goals, and dreams just like all of us. They were ordinary people who made extraordinary sacrifices. So as we leave here today, go back to our day-to-day lives, I ask that you do not forget what Memorial Day is about. Sure, it's nice to have a Monday off school, but we are not here in celebration, rather memorializing the remembrance. Because remembrance is how we honor those who can no longer speak up for themselves. Remembrance is how we ensure sacrifice is not forgotten, and remembrance is the least we can do for the people who give their lives for us in this room. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryce. Last, please welcome junior Sophia Reagan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sophia Reagan. I'm a junior here at Lincoln High School, and I've spoken this assembly for the past 3 years. Today, I would like to speak about the true meaning and importance of Memorial Day, a day dedicated to honoring the men and women of the United States Armed Forces who gave their lives in service to our country. It is a day of remembrance, reflection, and gratitude for those who made the ultimate sacrifice so future generations could live in freedom. The origins of Memorial Day date back to the years following the Civil War, which remains one of the deadliest conflicts in American history. More than 600,000 soldiers lost their lives during that war alone. Communities across the nation began holding ceremonies to honor fallen soldiers by decorating their graves with flowers and flags. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, these ceremonies eventually became known as Decoration Day on May 5th of 1868. General John A. Logan, leader of a Union veterans organization, officially called for a nationwide day of remembrance. He declared that flowers should be placed on the graves of those who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion. Over time, Decoration Day evolved into what we now know as Memorial Day. After World War I, the holiday expanded to honor all American military personnel who died in every war and conflict. In 1971, Memorial Day officially became a federal holiday observed on the last Monday of May. Yet despite its long history, the purpose of the day has remained unchanged, to remember those who never returned home. President Abraham Lincoln once said in the Gettysburg Address, "It is for us the living, rather to be dedicated here, to finish the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced." These words, spoken during the Civil War, still hold deep meaning today. Memorial Day challenges us not only to remember the fallen, but also to live in a way that honors their sacrifice. When we think about military service, it's important to remember that behind every uniform is a person with dreams, loved ones, and a future. The soldiers we honor on Memorial Day were sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, friends and neighbors. Many were incredibly young when they gave their lives. Some never had the opportunity to graduate college, begin their careers, or start families. Yet they were willing to sacrifice everything for something greater than even themselves. Former President Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." Those words remind us that the freedoms we enjoy today, freedom of speech, education, religion, and opportunity, are not guaranteed without sacrifice and responsibility. The men and women we honor on Memorial Day help preserve those freedoms, often at the highest possible cost. Memorial Day is also a reminder of the emotional sacrifices made by the military families. For every fallen soldier, there is a family forever changed by the loss. Parents grieve children, spouses lose partners, and children grow up without mothers or fathers. Gold Star families who have lost loved ones in military service carry both pride and pain every day. Their sacrifices deserve recognition and respect as well. Across the country, Americans honor Memorial Day in many ways. Flags are placed at cemeteries, memorial services are held, and communities gather for parades and moments of silence. At Arlington National Cemetery, thousands of graves are decorated with American flags each year. One especially meaningful tradition is the National Moment of Remembrance, established by Congress in 2000, which asks Americans to pause for 1 minute at 3 p.m. on Memorial Day to reflect on those who gave their lives in service to the nation. These traditions matter because remembrance matters. History teaches us that when sacrifices are forgotten, the values behind them can begin to fade as well. Memorial Day keeps alive the memory of courage, duty, and selflessness. It reminds us that citizenship is not only about enjoying our rights, but also about understanding the responsibilities that come with having freedom. As students and young citizens, we may wonder how we can honor Memorial Day in meaningful ways. We honor it by learning history, by showing gratitude to veterans and military families, and by contributing positively to our communities. We honor it by treating one another with respect and by working toward a country worthy of the sacrifices made on its behalf. Perhaps one of the most powerful quotes about remembrance comes from philosopher George Santayana, who said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." Memorial Day encourages us to remember, not to glorify war, but to recognize the human cost of preserving peace and liberty. In closing, Memorial Day is more than just a date on the calendar. It is a sacred reminder of courage, sacrifice, and national unity. It is a day to pause and remember the brave men and women who gave their lives so that others could live freely. As we gather with friends and family this Memorial Day, let us do more than enjoy the holiday. Let us remember the fallen, honor their families, and carry forward the values they fought to protect. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikey, Bryce, and Sophia, for volunteering your time to share your speeches and write them. And thank you for being here today. Now, please enjoy a special performance by the Lincoln High School Blue Band as they play Spirit of America.
Please stand for the retiring of the colors. As the flags are returned, Levi Fox and Isaac Smith are tapped.
Color guard, forward, march. Color guard, halt. 3 colors.
The importance of honoring those who gave their lives in service to our country extends beyond just one day. Today, we've come together as a school to reflect on their sacrifice and to remind ourselves that the freedoms we enjoy every day came at a great cost. Whether you'll spend Memorial Day with a family, at a parade, or in quiet reflection, we hope you carry the meaning of Memorial Day with you throughout the year.
Once again, congratulations to our essay winners, Alyssa Turner and Caleb Stubbs. And thank you again to all of our veterans, guests, students, speakers, performers, and everyone who made today's assembly possible. Please remain seated as you are dismissed. Thank you for joining us today, and may we always remember those who served.
Okay, just a few closing remarks before students are dismissed. Just some thank yous. First, a big thank you to Mrs. Manns for putting today's assembly together. Thank you, Mrs. Manns. Also, I'd like to thank the guests for coming in. Much appreciated. Mr. Caldwell and the band, thank you for performing. And students, thank you for reading your essays. Just a couple things before we dismiss. This is a special year, 250 years the United States has existed. From the Revolutionary War to the current conflict in Iran, men and women have given the ultimate sacrifice to preserve and protect our freedoms, as well as thousands of others that have given the ultimate sacrifice in training exercises as well. Please remember that this Memorial Day weekend. Thank you. At this time, just the students on this side, you're dismissed and you'll be returning to period 3.